We are going to start on our back whenever you're ready. But start your yoga now. Feel your body as it's moving, even as you start your practice. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Smile and exhale from the mouth. You have arrived. Let go. Notice if you're holding onto any residual tension of the day, and now you can let it go. Let's start to slow the breath down. So let's breathe together. Everyone exhale. And let's inhale slowly for 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Take your left hand to your belly. Take your right hand to your sternum. Now we're going to continue that 3-second count, but try to move only the belly and not the chest. So let's all exhale together. Inhaling into the left palm for 3, 2, 1, and exhale from the left palm. Inhale. And you want to start feeling the muscles underneath that left hand start to relax and soften. We want the belly muscles to let go. And we're breathing using the diaphragm. And as we do this with the diaphragm, it's bringing a gentle massage to the organs of the body as the diaphragm lifts and lowers. So really slow this movement down. The right hand is on the chest just to notice if there's any movement of the chest, and we want to be aware to keep it stable. And just feel the movement of your belly. And maybe slow the breath down even more, but don't force the breath. And you will notice that this also has a relaxation effect because it does stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. And you will notice that it has a deep awareness. So notice this movement that's happening is so deep within you. See if you can find a connection to that. Become fully aware of your body here as it's breathing. We're going to continue this breath, but start taking it up now into the rib cage, creating our yogic breath. So as we inhale to the belly, we're going to keep going upward. And now feel it underneath your right palm as well. And then as you're exhaling, feel the right palm fall and then the left palm fall. Inhaling into the left palm, bring it up into the right. And continue this movement of your breathing. We're trying to stay really focused, really aware of how the breath is moving in the body. And then we're going to continue to come back to this awareness as we move the body in different postures. Set your intention for your practice now, just reminding yourself why you decided to come to practice tonight. Bring a gentle smile on the mouth and thank yourself, thank your body, and feel that gratitude within you. Drag your heels closer to you so the feet are now planted to the mat. Take your palms right down by your sides. Spread your toes. As we inhale, curl the tailbone off the mat so you're just tilting the pelvis. And then as we exhale, lift the low back off the mat as you point the tailbone towards the floor. So we're just tilting the pelvis, rolling the tailbone to point to the ceiling, and then rolling the tailbone to point to the floor. Continue to move these really small movements and start feeling what you can open up. The glutes here are working. The hips are starting to open up deep within the hip joint capsule. The abdominals are working here as you squeeze the lower belly towards the floor as you roll the tailbone up. And then one more, rolling the tailbone down. Let's find a neutral low back. Now, bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your knees towards the ceiling so that the feet are now in line with the knees. Inhale, reach the arms to the back of the room. Exhale, just reach the fingers to the ceiling. That's all we're doing. We're keeping the head and the shoulders down. Inhale, reach the arms to the back of the room. So notice what's going on with your low back. Exhale, fingertips back up to the ceiling. The legs don't change. Inhale, reach the arms to the back of the room. Exhale, arms back up to the ceiling. We're going to stay here. Bring your right heel to the front wall. Bring the right knee back in next to the left as you exhale. Soften your shoulders down. Inhale the left toes to the front wall. Exhale the left knee back in. Move slow. Inhale right toes forward. Exhale it in for 3, 2, 1, and left toes. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Notice what's going on with your low back. As we inhale, reach the arms all the way to the back of the room. And as we exhale, plant the feet down into the mat. Spread the toes. Allow your elbows to bend. And walk your feet to the edges of your mat. The knees stay bent, just let the knees fall to the left. Now notice here, it may not be a big movement. You might be feeling it a lot in your knee or your hip. So be aware of what's going on here. Don't force it. Let your shoulders relax. Let the back of your neck be soft. If you want, take your left ankle to the outside of your right knee to bring more depth into that right inner thigh if you need it. Bring bigger breath into your right side ribs. Soften your shoulders. Release your left foot. Point the knees toward the ceiling. And then the knees over to the right. We're going to hold here. Allow your legs to relax. If you need more intensity, the right ankle goes to the outside of the left knee. We're trying to get the left thigh a little closer to the floor, but we don't want to cause any tension in the neck or the shoulders. Direct your breath up from your belly, up into the chest, into the left arm. And feel your exhale softening all the way down to your low back, your glute, and your left hip. Releasing the right foot down and bringing the left or both knees back up to the ceiling, walking the feet back together. Take the right knee, then the left knee into the chest, hands to the knees, bring the forehead up. Squeeze so you're lifting the tailbone off of the mat, forehead getting as close to the thighs as you can get it. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, lower down. Bringing the knees again above the hips and the shins are parallel to the floor. Arms up above the head and all the way to the back of the room. Deep breath in. As we exhale, the fingers go to the ceiling. Continue carrying them forward. Shoulder blades lift. Inhale, reach the arms back and the head comes back down. The legs can stay stable. Exhale, curl the shoulders up. Reach the fingers past the knees. Inhale to reach back. Think about shins parallel to floor. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, go back. Just one more. Exhaling, curl up. Inhale, go back. The head comes down. The arms stay back. Let's plant the feet. Palms face the ceiling. Spread the toes. Inhale. Stay here as we exhale. Let your elbows relax. Spread the toes. Lift your hips. Inhale. Palms by your side. Exhale. Hips lower down. Inhale. Hips up. Arms to the back of the room. Move slow and exhale, lower down. So notice where your foundation is with your feet. Try to get them to point forward. And as you're lifting, make sure that the knees are tracking in the direction that the toes are pointing. If you're finding that this is putting too much pressure on the throat, then don't let it impede your breathing. You don't need to use the arms if you don't feel good with that. We have 2 more. Do them with full intention and purpose. We're strengthening the back of the body. We're taking fuller breath to oxygenate the body. Last one here, hips come down. We're going to stay down, taking the knees to the chest, hands behind the knees, and roll forward and back for 3 and 2. And third one, we stay up to seated. As we inhale, reaching the arms up. Interlace the fingers and exhale the palms to the ceiling. Take a slow breath in. Think about palms touching the front wall and your spine touching the back wall. Exhale to round. Get your chest chin really close to your chest. Inhale to come up. Open the chest, lift the chin, look up, and exhale round. Try to point your tailbone to the front wall. Inhale, coming up. Open the chest, lift the chin, open the throat, exhale and round. Come back to neutral spine, arms to the ceiling, palms face inward. Exhale the right hand down beside you, and then start to lean over to the right. We're going to hold here. Push your left hip towards the floor. Draw your left armpit back. See if you can straighten the elbow. Take an inhale. And exhale, coming down with the left hand all the way over to the left, and the right arm reaches over. Push the right hip to the floor. Drop the right shoulder blade, but keep reaching from the crown. Breathe all the way through, from the right hip to the right armpit to the right fingers. See if you can straighten the arm for 3, 2, and 1. As we exhale, come back through center, come back through neutral, hands to heart. Close the eyes. Think about collarbones being square to the front of the room, chin parallel to the floor. Now find your awareness of your chest and back. When you breathe, bring it there. Take it upward to your collarbones. As you're exhaling, use the strength of the muscles around your rib cage to squeeze all the way down. And then inhale to the belly, to the chest, to the back, all the way to the collarbones. And exhale, feel that squeeze. Open the eyes, inhale the arms, reach up. Taking the left hand to the right knee, exhale and twist. Come back through center, inhaling arms up. And exhale, right hand, left knee. Inhale, arms up. Go slow. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center for 3, 2, 1, and exhale, left for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center, 3, 2, 1. Here we're taking the hands behind. Lean back. Take your feet to point forward and ground your feet. Inhale to lift the hips up. Think about getting the hips to spread your fingers, push more weight into your knuckles rather than your wrists. Inhale, lift. Use the strength of your heels and your forefoot. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Use the strength that you have in the legs. Spread the toes. Use the strength of the toes. Last one here. Inhale, up. And exhale, lower. Just lengthen the legs. Bring your hips back and straighten the left foot forward. Take the right foot to the inside of the straight left leg. Square the chest over the left thigh and start to walk the hands forward. So you're just square to the left thigh. You don't need to be square to the left wall. Allow the left shoulder to just soften. Bring that awareness into the right shoulder so that we're not hunching. And keep thinking, what's the intention of this pose? We're trying to open up the back of the left knee, and we're trying to open up the low back. So see if you can keep your focus in those areas and bring your breath into those spaces. Start to bring your awareness into your right knee, your right inner thigh, your low back. How does that feel? Remember that this posture is going to be different. All postures are going to be different for everyone. So it's up to you to get what you need out of it. Next breath in, let's come up, reach the arms to the ceiling. Take your right hand behind you. So we lean back, plant the palm, point the left toes, and lift the hips up. Reaching the left arm to the back wall. Push yourself out of your right wrist. Inhale, squeezing the glutes. And exhale to lower the hips. Straightening the right leg and bending the left knee so the foot comes into the right inner thigh. And we're just gently squaring the chest over the right thigh. Lengthen as you fold. You can walk the hands alongside the right thigh. Make sure that you allow yourself to rest. With the next inhale, bring the head up. Reach the arms up. Lean back. Left palm is down. Point the right toes and lift the hips. It doesn't have to be very high. Be mindful of that left shoulder. Inhale, squeezing the glutes. And exhale, hips down. Bending the right knee and take your hands to the front of your mat, moving to table pose. As we inhale, lift the chin and the tailbone. Exhale and round. Try to get really small to the front. Point your tailbone between your knees. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Open the throat, soften the eyebrows. Exhale to round. Push yourself out of the floor. Get really hollow to the front. Inhale to lift, open the throat. Exhale to round. Come to a neutral spine. Take the knees to the left side of your mat and take your right hip to the right side of your mat. So now we have our thighs parallel with the front wall. Come down to the chest. The chin is on the mat and the arms go out to a T. You can change the angle of the legs as you need. You can take your right ear to the mat, or you can take your left ear to the mat. That will make it more intense of a twist. You can play around with the alignment of your body here. So notice that we want the legs to be supported by the floor. So notice we don't want to have to hunch or tense through the muscles of the hips. or the shoulders. Slow breath in. Controlled, slow exhale. Slow breath here and calm the nervous system. From here, turn so that the right ear is now on the mat. We're keeping the right arm out to a T in line with the shoulder. Take your left hand under your left shoulder and roll onto your right hip. Point the left knee to the ceiling. The left knee to the ceiling as the left foot stays on the floor. Take your right palm to face down and it's out to a T. Right fingers point to the right wall. So your arm is parallel with the front wall. And breathing here. Straightening through the right leg and coming back onto the belly. Just making a pillow with the hands, the forehead or the chin on the backs of the hands. Take a long inhale and direct it along the length of your spine. And as you're exhaling, feel softness through the spine all the way down to the sacrum, the glutes, the hamstrings, the heels. Long breath in, direct it up. And as you exhale, allowing everything to soften all the way down, crown to toes. Next breath in, hands come under the shoulders, press up to table. Walking your knees to the right side of your mat, taking your left hip to the left side of your mat. Walk your hands forward and wide, bringing your chin down, your chest down, and your arms out to a T. Play around with the placement of your knees and then choose. You can have your left ear to the mat, or your chin, or your right ear. Never forcing a posture. And then when you're here, notice what's going on with the legs, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Let that relax. Breathe into your upper back. Just a couple more breaths. Notice if you can find more ease in the body. Notice if you're guarding. Notice if you're resisting. If your right ear is down, lift and turn the head so the left ear is now on the mat. Take your right hand under your right shoulder and bring your right knee to point to the ceiling, rolling onto the left hip. If the head doesn't comfortably reach the floor here, you can take your block under your left ear if you'd like. Allow the eyes to close. Find that yogic breath. We're breathing belly to chest to sternum all the way, and then feeling it exhale from the chest down to the belly. Let's come back to center. Right knee down, legs go long, and hands under forehead. Allow the heels to fall outward. There's no effort in the legs. Hold here and just allow your body to relax. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, pressing up to table on the inhale. And exhale, sit back, child's pose. Breathing here. Allow your hips to be heavy to your heels. Stay low, walk your hands outside right of your mat. Allow your left armpit to press to the floor. You can take your forehead just to rest on your mat or on your right wrist. Keep thinking of left hip pulling back towards your left heel. Get really open into the left chest as you press the armpit towards the floor. Direct your inhale into that shoulder. Feel your exhale soften into that shape. Walk the hands to the left, staying low with the body. You can allow the head to rest on the floor, your block, or your left wrist. Try to keep your right hip on your right heel, or at least over it, and direct the right hip towards the heel. The right armpit presses towards the floor. Keep opening the chest to expand where your breath can reach. And feeling the exhale soften you as you've created that space. Coming back through center as we walk the hands forward, let's move to table and all the way back down onto the belly. Bring the inner ankles and inner thighs to touch. The chin is forward, the hands are under the shoulders. Lift the chest and start to inch your fingers forward. So now we've got our elbows under the shoulders. You can bring them a little bit further forward. Bring your chin to your chest and let the head hang. Let the feet turn outward so the heels are soft. Keep drawing the shoulder blades gently back. Take your right ear towards the right, allowing the head to hang. Think about drawing the left shoulder blade to the back wall. Keep breathing. Even here, we're aiming for that 3-part breath as we inhale to the belly, the chest, and the back. And let's come back to center. Left ear towards the left, and as you do so, gently drawing the right shoulder blade to the back wall. Let your head be heavy. Notice if you're guarding. Bringing the chin to center and allowing the head to come down, taking the palms under the forehead. Breathe into the back of the neck, creating space as you direct that all the way up into the crown. And feel the exhale as it softens the back of the neck, all the way the shoulders, the arms, the spine. A long inhale, back of the neck, crown of the head. And the exhale softens you all the way down the spine to the toes. Feel the body let go. Long breath in. The whole body is taking in this positive, energetic breath. And exhale, let go. Take your hands under your shoulders and pressing up to table. Moving slowly into our downward dog. No rush to get there. So our downward dog, we're on our hands and our feet. And let's just pedal. One heel lifts as the other lowers. Take your time as you go. We're trying to open up the shoulders here. We're trying to open up the ankles, the calves, the back of the knees. And let's just hold neutral. Step the feet as wide as the mat. Press your armpits towards your ankles and rock the hips side to side. Allow your head to hang heavy. Coming back to neutral, walk your hands back to your toes. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees, sit low. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, bend. You only go as low as you need to go. Keep moving as you breathe. You can have your hands on your block if you need. Just a couple more. Feel that sensation of the blood going into the thigh muscles and the knee joints. This is healing the tissues of the body. Next time the hips are up, keep them up. Walk your feet together. Toes point forward. Gentle bend of the knees. And inhale to stand. Rolling the tailbone towards the floor as you come up and reach the arms to the ceiling. Once you get to stand, palms touch and bring your hands to your heart. So soften your shoulders. Find that your feet are under your hips. Spread your toes so that you are comfortable and balanced. Close the eyes. Direct your breath from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown. Feel your exhale, soften your shoulders, and create more stability and power in your foundation. Inhale all the way up to your crown. And exhale down to your feet. Visualize this breath as you're inhaling, it's rising up. And as you're exhaling, it's going down. Let's open the eyes. Inhale the arms, reach up. Taking a hold of the left wrist, exhale, side bend to the right. Coming back up as we inhale, take a hold of the right wrist, exhale to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to the right. One more. Inhale to the center and switch. Exhale to the left. Inhale, coming up. Bring your hands to interlace behind the back. Try to get the knuckles to point towards the heels. Get the chin towards the ceiling and the sternum to the front wall. See if you can do this without lifting the eyebrows or clenching the jaw. And still trying to create that yogic breath. Of course, it's going to be difficult because of the shape of the body, but we want to always be in control of the breathing. If you are in a posture that is holding your breath, then it is not doing you any benefit. So find a position that works. Inhale deeply. Come to neutral spine as we exhale. Crown to ceiling, releasing the arms down by your side. Crown is long and tall. Fingers reach down towards the floor. Keep thinking long through the sides of the neck. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace the fingers and exhale, the hands come behind the head, allowing the head to fall into the palms, elbows wide, chest up, tailbone pointing down. It's not going to be as big a movement here. Direct your breath upward into the shoulders, into the collarbones, soften your forehead, deep inhale. Exhale, come through center, crown towards ceiling, releasing the hands down by your side. Reaching the fingers towards the floor, reaching the crown towards the ceiling. Inhale. And as we exhale, just bend the knees and touch the floor. Inhale to walk the hands to the front of the mat. Downward dog, exhaling. Right leg up, inhale. Right foot between the hands, exhale. Bring your left knee down. Untuck the left toes And inch your right foot forward, so now it's underneath your right knee. Think about sinking your hips towards the floor and drawing your left hip forward. Soften into your left thigh. You can allow the head to hang. But notice we don't want to have any tension into the thigh muscle. The body is going to naturally try and guard. So be aware if that's happening and continuing to allow yourself to let that go. We'll take our time moving from here, drawing the hips over the left knee and straightening through the right knee. And then we'll just bend the right knee again, and then bring the hips back again. And bend, and straighten. Bend. We're going to stay here. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, walking your right foot out to the right. See if you can get lower with the hips and take the left elbow down. We're going to just stay here. Again, notice if you're guarding with that left inner thigh or hip flexor. Just a couple more breaths. Come back up off of the elbow and onto the palm. Roll so that your left outer thigh or outer knee is towards your mat and your outer right ankle is on your mat. Take your right hand to your right knee and we're sinking the hips towards the floor here. So the right foot is rolled so that the arch is lifted off of the mat. And think about pressing the left hip even closer down, softening into that right glute. And coming back through center. Take your hands to table and drag your right heel now towards your left knee. The right top of the foot is on your mat. Drag your left knee back. We're moving to pigeon. The right heel just resting in front of the left hip. Just a couple more breaths. Come up onto your forearms. Lift your hips just enough to free the right knee to the right. Take your left forearm parallel to the front of your mat, your left ear on the left arm. Your right thigh is parallel to the front wall. If you'd like, you can straighten the right leg all the way to the right wall so that the right leg is now parallel to the front of the room. We're trying to flatten the right hip towards the floor. We're trying to allow softness into that left hip. Find your yogic breath. If the leg is straight, bend the knee and take the legs again side by side. Tops of the feet to the mat. Take your hands under your shoulders and then bring your elbows under your shoulders. Again, we come back to our Sphinx pose. Draw your shoulders back. Chin to chest as you exhale. Bring your right ear to the right. Bring your chin to your chest. Left ear to the left. Chin to the chest. Side to side, going as slow as you need to go. And coming back to neutral, taking the head coming down, hands under shoulders, tucking the toes, moving to table and downward dog. Notice how you feel here. Left leg up. Left foot between the hands. Right knee down. Inch your left foot forward so you can get it under your left knee. Inch your right knee back so you can get really long into that right thigh. We're going to hold here. Keep letting that right hip sink forward and soften. Letting go. Notice if you're holding tension. You can let the head hang if you need to. Start to bring your hips over your left knee, your right knee, straightening your left leg. And then exhale, bend the left knee again. Sink the hips forward and draw the hips back, straightening through the left leg. Continue, bend and straighten. Bend, and we're going to hold here. Walk your left foot to the left. Take your right elbow down and inch your right knee back. Just getting a little lower into that right hip. If you need to, your elbow can be on your block. Notice if you're hunching the neck. Let your head hang. Let your right front thigh soften more. Bring your breath there. Find your awareness deep into that right front hip. And let's come back up onto the palms. Roll slightly to the right outer edge of the knee. Take your left hand to the left inner edge of the left foot. Roll the left bottom of the foot off the mat. We're trying to access the outer ankle. Keep pressing your right hip towards the floor. And let's come back to center. Bringing your left foot back and in front of your right thigh. The top of your left foot is on your mat. Drag your right leg long back and walk the hands forward to fold. Pigeon pose. Just a couple more breaths. Make them wider. With your next inhale, come up onto your forearms. Undo your left knee. Take it out to the left. Take your right forearm so it's under your right ear. And then your left leg parallel with the front of the room. Keep letting the left hip sink forward and down. If the leg is straight, bend the knee, taking the legs side by side. Bring the chin forward, take the hands under the shoulders, moving to table and child's pose. Coming up to the hands and knees.